Radaria, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology, LJ Institute of Pharmacy. Welcome to the MOOC series, an initiative taken by LJ Institute of Pharmacy. Today in this session, I will be discussing about endocrine system. Endocrine system, it consists the diseases of endocrine gland, and it includes diabetes mellitus and disorders of thyroid gland. So starting with diabetes mellitus, what is diabetes actually? Diabetes, it is a chronic metabolic disease or disorder which is characterized by hyperglycemia, meaning increase in blood sugar level. So it is caused due to the insulin resistance or due to the insulin resistive activities or defect in the secretion of insulin, or it could be due to the combined effect. Basically, there are two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. So, type 1 diabetes, it is caused by the autoimmune destruction of beta cells, whereas type 2 diabetes, it is caused by the insulin resistance. The therapy for type 1 diabetes includes insulin only, whereas type 2 diabetes, it includes anti-diabetic drugs or oral hypoglycemic agents. Type 1 diabetes, it is known as insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, whereas type 2 diabetes, it is known as non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Type 1 diabetes, it is commonly observed in young patients or in early childhood, whereas type 2 diabetes is commonly found at the age of 45 or above that. Usually, for 5 to 10% patients have type 1 diabetes, whereas 90 to 95% of patients are suffering from type 2 diabetes. Ketoacidosis is more frequent in type 1, whereas it is rare in type 2 diabetes. There is another type of diabetes, that is gestational diabetes, which is commonly observed in pregnant ladies. Sign and symptoms, it includes fatigue, polyuria, polyphagia, weight changes, diabetic ketoacidosis, and the complications, it includes the neuropathy, retinopathy, and nephropathy. Risk factors includes the age factor above 40, then they are at high risk, family history or history of GDM, or it is on the basis of races in different countries. It includes obesity, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, PCOD, pre-diabetes, HIV. Pathophysiology. So type 1 diabetes, whenever there is a decreased response of body's own immune system, it is due to the attack of antigen. When any antigen enters in the body, it tends to disrupt the beta cell. Beta cell is responsible for producing insulin in our body. So whenever there is a defect in the beta cell, it leads to the decreased cell mass of beta cells, and hence it leads to the decrease in insulin production, and there arises the condition hyperglycemia, and it turns to the type 1 diabetes mellitus. Type 2 diabetes, usually there is a defect of insulin secretion, or it could be due to the insulin resistance. Now, because of this combined effect, there is decreased insulin activity. So whenever there is decreased insulin activity, so what happens in liver? There increases the gluconeogenesis and glycogenolysis, and it leads to the hyperglycemic condition, which arises type 2 diabetes mellitus. Whenever it acts on the skeletal muscle, there is decreased production of GLUT4, and there occurs translocation, and there arises the hyperglycemic condition. Whenever there is decreased activity of insulin, it leads to the lipolysis, and it increases the free fatty acid, which leads to the insulin resistance, which is the major cause of type 2 diabetes. Now, next is thyroid disorders. So thyroid, it is responsible, or thyroid gland usually secretes two types of hormones, T3 and T4. T3 meaning triiodothyronine, T4 it includes tetraiodothyronine, which is also known as thyroxine. Hypothyroidism, it is the disease associated with thyroid gland. Hypothyroidism meaning decreased secretion or activity of thyroid hormones. So the primary reason, it could be due to the failure of thyroid gland, or secondary reason, it could be due to the failure of pituitary gland to release TSH, meaning thyroid stimulating hormone, or it could be due to the deficiency of TRH, which is thyroid releasing hormone, or it could be some other effect including peripheral resistance to the action of thyroid hormones. Hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism, it usually means decrease in the activity of thyroid hormones. So it includes three different diseases, that is cretinism, myxedema and non-toxic goiter. So cretinism, it is the failure of thyroid development or the defect in hormonal synthesis up to some extent of iodine deficiency, or it is usually detected during the early childhood. So treatment can be started with thyroxine at defined doses as early as possible. Myxedema, it is the condition in which there is consequences of autoimmune thyroiditis or thyroidectomy, which is the surgery of thyroid gland. Now, antibody which is produced against thyroid peroxidase or thyroglobulin, they are responsible for majority of the cases for adult hypothyroidism. Now, often L-thyroxine is started with lower dose, and if in the case of severe acute hypothyroidism, there is a rapid progressive mental retardation which is found in some cases. Now, non-toxic goiter, it may be endemic or sporadic. Now, endemic is due to the iodine deficiency and defect in the hormone synthesis, which may be responsible or which may get converted to the sporadic diseases. The complications of hypothyroidism includes hypotension, coronary artery diseases, stroke, fatigue and infertility. Hyperthyroidism, it means increased secretion of thyroid hormones or excess secretion of thyroid hormones. It is also known as thyrotoxicosis. Now, usually it consists of Graves' disease, which is due to the autoimmune response, toxic multinodular goiter, which is the thyroid carcinoma, and pituitary adenoma because of pituitary tumor. Now, it includes Graves' disease and toxic nodular goiter. Graves' disease, it is an autoimmune disorder whereas IgG class of antibodies are related to the TSH receptors which are detected in the blood. They will bind and stimulate thyroid cells and it produces other TSH-like similar effects. Due to the feedback mechanism, TSH levels are low. Toxic nodular goiter, it is because of carcinoma of follicular cells of the thyroid gland which produces thyroid hormone independent of TSH. Hyperthyroidism complications include hypertension, atrial fibrillation, heart failure, osteoporosis, weight loss, hand tremors and vision impairment. Now, disorders of sex, it includes male and female hypogonadism. So moving to male hypogonadism, it is an inadequate gonadal function as manifested by deficiencies in gametogenesis or the secretion of gonadal hormones. These abnormalities, they usually result from the disease of testes, which could be the primary hypogonadism, or disease of the pituitary or hypothalamus, which could be secondary hypogonadism. Primary hypogonadism, it could be the more associated with a disease in sperm production than in the testosterone production, whereas secondary hypogonadism, it could be due to the proportionate reduction in testosterone and sperm production. Female hypogonadism, PCOS meaning polycystic ovarian syndrome, it comes under the female hypogonadism and it is a syndrome which is manifested by the menstrual defect including amenorrhea meaning absence of menstruation, hirsutism meaning abnormal hair growth in female, obesity which is associated with enlarged polycystic ovaries. So symptoms of ovulatory dysfunction includes amenorrhea or oligomenorrhea, includes uterine bleeding and infertility. Male hypogonadism, the symptoms are commonly observed including hirsutism, acne, alopecia. Symptoms of insulin resistance include obesity. Now, the complications for this disease includes, after a long time, it may develop diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, dyslipidemia, endometrial cancer, breast cancer, recurrent pregnancy loss, and ovarian failure after surgery in some cases. Here are some FAQs. Thanks. Please do like like, subscribe and share our YouTube channel Pharma Ignite for more updates. Thank you.